What if I told you that there are entire cities that simply disappeared from the map, swallowed by time and forgotten by humanity? Hidden ruins, sunken cities, and lost civilizations that were only rediscovered centuries later, defying everything we knew about history. Imagine walking through a dense jungle and suddenly coming across the remains of a lost city, with giant temples, enigmatic sculptures, and secrets buried for millennia. How did these cities disappear? What caused them to be forgotten? And most importantly, what was found in them when they were rediscovered? Today, we will explore some of the most impressive lost cities ever found, places that were abandoned and hidden by nature itself, but which, centuries later, returned to the light, revealing stories that seem like something out of a fiction film. But believe me, all of this, it's real. These are cities that defy our understanding, some covered by impenetrable forests, others submerged in the ocean, and some so old that not even archaeologists can explain their origin with certainty. What makes these cities so mysterious and fascinating? Some were rediscovered by chance, others by dogged archaeological expeditions that spent decades searching for clues. And in certain cases, the legends about them were considered only myth until someone proved the opposite, like Petra, which was hidden in the desert for centuries until a daring explorer revealed its grandeur to the world. Or the legendary city of Dwarka, which remained submerged for thousands of years before researchers found impressive underwater structures. But before revealing these extraordinary cities and their incredible stories, subscribe to the channel and activate notifications, because here you will always find the most fascinating mysteries in the world. And of course, if you've heard about any lost city, leave in the comments which one intrigues you the most. Now, get ready to dive deep into these mysteries, because the first city on our list was considered a legend until someone proved its existence. Imagine walking through a vast desert or diving into deep water and suddenly finding the remains of a civilization that no one believed ever really existed. Lost cities, which were swallowed by time and erased from history, some of them buried by the jungle, hidden under mountains, or even submerged in the ocean. For centuries, these cities were considered just myths, stories passed from generation to generation without any concrete evidence. But then, explorers, archaeologists, and researchers refused to accept that these places were nothing more than legends and decided to go further, looking for answers where no one else was looking. What they found was simply unbelievable. Many of these places have disappeared due to climate change, wars, natural disasters, or simply because their civilizations have collapsed. However, the most impressive thing is that some of these cities remained intact, as if they had been frozen in time. Majestic ruins, grand temples, and walls that once protected entire empires now lie forgotten, waiting for someone to unlock their secrets. But what really happened to make these places disappear? Had they been victims of some catastrophic event? Were they deliberately hidden for unknown reasons? Or were we simply not looking in the right places? Get ready, because now we will meet some of them. High in the majestic Andes Mountains, shrouded in a blanket of fog and dense vegetation, lies one of the most iconic lost cities of all time, Machu Picchu. Built by the Incas in the 15th century, this sacred city was inhabited for a relatively short time before being mysteriously abandoned. When Spanish colonizers arrived in Peru, this jewel of Inca engineering had already been forgotten by the people who created it. For centuries, Machu Picchu remained hidden from the world, protected by its isolated location and the lush forest surrounding it, until, in 1911, the explorer Hiram Bingham rediscovered it, revealing to the world one of the greatest wonders of humanity. What makes Machu Picchu so intriguing is not just its advanced architecture, but the very mystery of its existence. Who lived there? Why was it abandoned? To this day, archaeologists and historians debate the reasons why this city was forgotten in time. But if Machu Picchu is impressive for being hidden in the mountains, imagine a city that was lost under the water for thousands of years. Dwarka, in India, is one of those historical enigmas that defy human understanding. According to Hindu sacred texts, this city was built by God himself, Krishna, and would have been one of the most prosperous centers of antiquity. For a long time, the story of Dwarka was considered just a mythological legend, but this theory fell apart when archaeologists found submerged structures off the Indian coast. Under the waters of the sea Kambat, geometric constructions, ruins of temples, and traces of an ancient civilization were discovered, which could be older than any other known settlement in the region. Could this be the legendary lost city mentioned in Hindu texts? Had it been submerged by a natural cataclysm? To this day, researchers try to understand the true history of Dwarka. But one thing is certain: the city existed, and its discovery shook everything we thought about ancient civilizations. Now, imagine a city so imposing that it looks like something out of a movie set. Petra, in Jordan, is one of those places that defy the imagination. Carved directly from the red rocks of the desert, this city was the capital of the Nabateus, a people who dominated the region's trade routes for more than 2,000 years. With monumental temples, underground tunnels, and an extremely advanced water storage system, Petra was a vibrant metropolis in the middle of the desert. However, with the decline of trade routes and the rise of new cities, Petra was gradually forgotten and swallowed by the sands of time. For centuries, its imposing facades remained hidden until, in 1812, the Swiss explorer Johann Burckhardt, he managed to enter the city disguised as a Bedouin and revealed this impressive archaeological wonder to the world. Today, Petra is one of the most fascinating tourist destinations on the planet, but it still hides mysteries about the life of the Nabateans and the real reason for their disappearance. If we talk about monumental cities, we cannot forget Tikal, one of the largest cities of the ancient Mayan civilization. Located in Guatemala, this impressive city was one of the most important centers of the Mayan world, housing palaces, gigantic temples, and even an astronomical complex. However, for reasons still unknown, Tikal was abandoned around the 9th century, being slowly consumed by the jungle. Unlike other lost cities that were swallowed by nature, Tikal remained a local legend until it was rediscovered in the 19th century. The most curious thing is that its immense pyramids, previously covered by vegetation, were mistaken for natural hills. After decades of excavations, archaeologists discovered that this city was much more sophisticated than imagined, revealing secrets about the culture, religion, and rituals of the Mayan people. However, the mystery remains. Why did such an advanced civilization abandon such a great city? And if we talk about legendary cities, there is no way to ignore Atlantis, perhaps the greatest of historical mysteries. This city was mentioned by Plato as an advanced empire, full of knowledge, wealth, and technologies far beyond what was known at the time. According to the Greek philosopher, Atlantis would have disappeared overnight, swallowed by the ocean in a great cataclysm. For centuries, scholars have debated whether this story was just an allegory, or whether there actually existed a civilization so powerful that it was completely erased. The most intriguing thing is that, in different parts of the world, archaeologists have found underwater ruins that raise suspicions. Some of these structures were located in the Caribbean Sea, the Mediterranean, and even near Japan, rekindling theories about Atlantis. Could these ruins be part of the mythical lost city? Or are we facing civilizations that history has not yet been able to fully understand? The truth is, if so many cities that were previously considered just legends were rediscovered, why not believe that there are still many others waiting to be found? Perhaps beneath the ocean, covered by mountains, or buried beneath desert sands, there are secrets that have not yet been revealed. And who knows, in the future, a new archaeological expedition will completely change everything we know about the past. Now tell me, which of these lost cities impressed you the most? Do you believe that Atlantis really existed? Or do you think there are still other cities waiting to be rediscovered? Comment below. I want to know your opinion. What do all these cities have in common? Whether submerged in the ocean, hidden in impenetrable forests, or buried beneath desert sands, they were all great centers of civilization before mysteriously disappearing. Machu Picchu, Petra, Tikal, Dwarka, and even the legendary Atlantis are examples that history is full of places that simply disappeared from the map, being consumed by time, abandonment, and the forces of nature. Its ruins, however, remained hidden, patiently waiting for humanity to turn its eyes to them again. But the most impressive thing is that the rediscovery of these cities completely changed what we thought about the past, revealing surprising details about ancient cultures, lost technologies, and civilizations that left impressive traces. Some of these cities were forgotten due to natural circumstances, while others may have been purposely hidden, But are there other cities that have not yet been found? The answer may be even more fascinating than we imagine. If so many civilizations have only been rediscovered in the last few centuries, this means that there are many more waiting to be found. Think about it. Modern technology has advanced rapidly, allowing archaeologists and researchers to use drones, satellite imagery, and even ground-penetrating radar to map places that were previously inaccessible. And believe me, the results have been incredible. Each year, new ruins are discovered beneath the dense vegetation of the Amazon, beneath the dunes of the Sahara, or at the bottom of the oceans, indicating that they still exist. Hidden lost cities around the world, waiting for the right moment to be revealed. But the question remains, how many of these cities are still hidden? How many forgotten empires remain buried invisible to human eyes? And more than that, what can these cities reveal to us about humanity's past? Some researchers believe there is evidence of advanced civilizations that existed much longer than traditional history suggests. Entire cities that were wiped off the map by cataclysms, wars, or extreme climate change, and that, to this day, remain just myths. But don't these legends have a grain of truth? If so many cities once considered just fictional stories have been rediscovered, why not believe that there are many more waiting to be revealed? Could it be that at the bottom of the ocean there still exists a city as advanced as the stories of Atlantis say? Could it be that in the middle of the Amazon jungle, there are ruins of a lost civilization which could rewrite our history? Comment here which of these cities impresses you the most and which other one you believe may still be hidden around the world. These cities prove something fascinating. The story is never complete. No matter how much the books tell one version, no matter how much archaeology has made impressive discoveries, there are still buried secrets, hidden under layers of earth, under untouched forests, or even submerged in the ocean. With each new lost city that is rediscovered, our view of the past expands. We learn more about ancient civilizations, their customs, their architecture, their advances, and often, their mysteries. If cities like Machu Picchu, Petra, and Tikal manage to remain hidden for so long, who can guarantee that there aren't others still waiting to be revealed? And the most intriguing question is, what don't we know yet? Is there an entire civilization we've never heard of? An empire that disappeared without a trace? The most incredible thing is that, with technological advances, we are increasingly closer to answering these questions. Satellite images have already identified strange geometric patterns beneath dense forests, indicating possible ruins of unexcavated cities. Under the sea, mysterious structures continue to emerge, reigniting theories about civilizations that may have been swallowed by the waters thousands of years ago. Even in the middle of deserts, where we once thought there was nothing but sand, archaeologists have begun to find signs of ancient buried buildings. What else is hidden, waiting to be discovered? How many of these lost cities could completely change what we know about human history? And now, I want to know your opinion. If you could visit one of these cities, which would it be? Machu Picchu, with its stunning view of the Andes? Petra, with its temples carved into the rock? Or perhaps a sunken city, whose ruins have held secrets for thousands of years? Or who knows, a city that hasn't even been discovered yet? Tell me in the comments which of these cities fascinates you the most, and if you believe that there is still much more waiting to be found. Comment, the past still holds secrets. And if you found this video interesting, then you'll love the next one. In the next video, we'll explore a place so mysterious that not even scientists can explain it. A place where unexplained phenomena happen, frightening reports emerge, and no one knows for sure what's behind it. If you want to know more, click on the next video and embark with me on this journey into the unknown. If you've made it this far, it's because you're also fascinated by mysteries, lost cities, and incredible discoveries. Then, don't leave without subscribing to the channel. Here you will always find content that defies logic, reveals secrets of history, and explores places that seem straight out of a movie. And look, if you stayed curious about everything we talk about in this video, leave your like, because it helps me keep bringing more videos like this. Now I want to know who actually made it to the end. Comment below. The past still holds secrets? So I know that you've watched this far and are part of this community that loves mysteries and fascinating explorations. And before leaving, the next video is already on the screen, and I guarantee you, it's as mysterious as that. Click now and come with me to discover more secrets of the world that few know about.